who mistake the unessential to be essential and the essential to be unessential, dwelling in wrong thoughts, never arrive at the essential. Those who know the essential to be essential and the unessential to be unessential, dwelling in right thoughts, do arrive at the essential.
False values bar spiritual progress. Truth enlightens. The Story of Monk Sariputta. While residing at Veluvana, the bamboo grove monastery in Rajagaha, the Buddha spoke these verses with reference to Sanjaya, a former teacher of the chief disciples Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana. Before the Buddha appeared in the world, not far from Rajagaha, there were two Brahmana villages named Upatissa and Kolita. One day, a Brahmana's wife named Rupasari, who lived in Upatissa village, conceived a child. And on the same day, another Brahman's wife named Mogali, who lived in Kolita village, conceived a child as well. For 7 generations, these two families had been firmly knit and bound together in the bonds of friendship. They performed the protection of the embryo for the two expectant mothers on the same day. On the expiration of 10 lunar months, both women gave birth to sons. On the day appointed for the naming of the sons, they gave the name Upatissa to the son of the Brahmin woman whose name was Sari, because he was the son of the principal family in Upatissa village, and gave the name Kolita to the other boy, who was the son of the principal family in Kolita village. As they grew up, both boys attained the highest proficiency in all the arts and sciences. Whenever Upatissa went to the river or the garden to enjoy himself, 500 golden litters accompanied him, while 500 chariots drawn by thoroughbreds accompanied the young Kolita. The two youths had retinues of 500 boys apiece. Now, a mountaintop festival was celebrated every year in Rajagaha. A couch for the two youths was set up in one place, and the two youths sat together and witnessed the passing show. When there was an occasion to laugh, they laughed. When there was occasion to weep, they wept. And when it was time to give alms, they gave alms. In this way, they witnessed the festivities for several days. But one day, when they had grown wiser, there was no laugh when they might have laughed, as on preceding days. There were no tears when they might have wept. And when their alms were sought, they gave no alms. The following thought then occurred to the two youths. Why should we look at this? Before 100 years have passed, all these people will have gone. Hence, will no more be seen. It behooves us rather to seek the way of release. And taking this thought to heart, they sat down. Then Kolita said to Upatissa, "Friend Upatissa, you do not appear to be pleased and delighted as on previous days. Rather, you are afflicted with melancholy. What is in your mind?" "Friend Kolita, I sit thinking. There is no lasting satisfaction in looking upon these folk. This is all unprofitable. It behoves me rather than to seek the way of release for myself." "But why are you melancholy?" Kolita said the same thing. When Upatissa discovered that Kolita's thoughts were one with his own, he said, "Both of us have had a happy thought. It behoves us both to seek the way of release, and to retire from the world together. Under which teacher shall we retire from the world?" Now at this time, a wandering ascetic named Sanjaya entered the city of Rajagaha, accompanied by a large retinue of wandering ascetics. "We will retire from the world and become monks under Sanjaya," said Upatissa and Kolita. So they dismissed 500 retainers, telling them, "Take the chariots and go," and together with the remaining 500, retired from the world and became monks under Sanjaya. By the time these two youths retired from the world and became monks under Sanjaya, Sanjaya had reached the pinnacle of gain and renown. In just a few days, they had passed the bounds of Sanjaya's teaching. Therefore, they asked him, "Teacher, is this all the religious truth you know, or is there something more besides?" "This is all there is. You know all," replied the teacher. The questions Upatissa and Kolita asked, others were not able to answer. But every question the others asked, Upatissa and Kulita answered. In this manner, they travelled over the land of the rose apple. Then they retraced their steps and returned to their own homes again. Before they separated, Upatissa said to Kulita, "Friend Kulita, whichever of us first attains the deathless is to inform the other." Having made this agreement, they separated. One day, the wandering ascetic Upatissa saw the monk Assaji. Upatissa said to him, "Calm and serene, brother. Are your organs of sense clean and clear, or is it the hue of your skin? For whose sake, brother, did you retire from the world? And who is your teacher? And whose doctrine do you profess?" Monk Assaji said, "Brother, I am still a mere novice. It has not been long since I have been a monk. Only recently did I approach the Buddha's doctrine and discipline. I am Upatissa. Say much or little according to your ability. I will understand the meaning in 100 ways or 1,000 ways." At what Monk Assaji said, Upatissa received higher excellence. Upatissa next saw his friend Kulita and informed him that he had attained deathless. He pronounced the same stanza Assaji had pronounced. Kulita was established in the fruit of conversion. They decided to visit the Buddha. They asked their former instructor Sanjaya to join them. Sanjaya said, "You may go. I cannot come. In the past, I have been the teacher of the multitude. For me to become a pupil again would be absurd." Upatissa said, "Do not act thus, teacher. From the moment of the Buddha's appearance in the world, the populace has adored him. Let's go there." "What do you intend to do now?" Sanjaya replied, "Friends, which are more numerous in this world, the stupid or the wise?" "Teacher, the stupid are many, the wise are few," Sanjaya said. "Well then, friends, let the wise men go to the wise monk Gotama, and let the stupid come to stupid me." Upatissa and Kulita departed. About 250 wandering ascetics of Sanjaya's group also joined the two friends. Then Kulita and Upatissa saw the Buddha and became his chief disciples. Upatissa became Sariputta and Kulita became Moggallana. They informed the Buddha how Sanjaya would not come to see the Buddha. This teaching of Buddha Shakyamuni highlights the importance of finding a teacher based on qualification and realization, rather than based on their popularity. Only those who have eyes can lead the blind, and those who have wisdom can dispel ignorance from others.